Welcome, everybody, to Bootleg Safari. I'm Aaron Reynolds. I write a comic strip called Effin' Birds. This is my friend Erica. Erica,
Hi.
tell people what you do.
Hi, I am Erica Schultz. I am a comic book writer. I write things like Moon Knight and Daredevil and indie books like Bylines and Blood. And yeah.
The Deadliest Bouquet.
And The Deadliest Bouquet. Yes.
I personally enjoyed very much.
Thank you.
This is a panel where, in an effort to never again answer the question, what is your favorite bird? In a Q&A, I get a guest to show up and show me weird knockoff items from, the internet around the world. One of the great joys of this panel is that sometimes things happen, like when one of the con organizers about half an hour ago brought me this amazing superhero Earth Protector Squad.
All the way from Greece. All the way from Greece.
Paid 10 euros.
And the guy would not go down on the 10 euros,
Yeah, the guy wouldn't negotiate down. It's got a Zorro. Zorro has a sword, but also Superman has a sword. There's more than one Spider-Man. And they all have heart lights, I assume, so you can tell whether or not Batman is experiencing love. So please feel free to come look at this later. Especially, Erica pointed out, it's got a Val Kilmer up there. That's a Val Kilmer Batman. And it's really beautiful. Also, it's called Maintenance Justice. I think I understand the etymology of where that name comes from. I think. But I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. I kind of pictured them all in like coveralls and like mops and like mop buckets with
AV
maintenance.
Technician Justice.
Yeah. Electrician Justice.
Yeah, Electrician Justice.
Yeah.
I think it's. Do you know the Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
Yeah, they're like the FBI in Canada.
Yeah, except they ride horses. Yeah.
Yes. Well, they don't all ride horses.
Well, mostly. They have a thing called the musical ride. You can literally go see them do synchronized horse dancing at their headquarters.
Is that like the Lippensonner thing?
Something like that.
Okay.
Anyways, their slogan in French is "Maintiens le droit," which is like "do what's right," but it's also like maintain the peace or maintain what's right. So I think that's what maintenance justice.
Yeah, but it's Greece.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how
So
far
it's like,
Greece is from France?
Yeah,
and
but
especially from Canada?
I'm saying I think at some point this was in Chinese and translated into English. That's what I think it was. Because it's not somebody in Greece who's manufacturing these.
You don't know that.
I don't know it, but I strongly suspect it. Anyways, let's talk about why this panel exists on a more practical level. I was invited to a Christmas party where we had a secret Santa, but because we're all terrible people, we decided to have a secret Satan instead.
You know that's called a white elephant.
Yeah, well, no, Secret Satan's a better name.
Okay.
But it was, what is the worst thing you can buy for $20? By the way, somebody brought somebody else a stack of Rob Liefeld comics. That was one of my favorite things that happened at that.
That is the greatest thing in the history of the world.
Oh, and I'll tell you who the recipient was later, and you will think it's even funnier.
Better.
But anyways, this is not Garfield. This is famous Fat Orange Cat, a fully original character from China.
Where are his ears?
His ears, well, so he was packed in a vacuum-sealed bag. So he's all like, yeah.
Fun fact, if you have one of those like vacuum sealer things, don't use it on donuts because they turn into hockey pucks and they do not reinflate.
Oh, yeah.
I found that out the hard way coming back from the Memphis Comic-Con last year.
Why would you try to vacuum seal a...
Because Liana Kangas, the fantastic artist, and I was staying at their house and they turned around and we went to... I don't know, it's like a really famous Memphis donut shop, and I don't know the name of it, and I'm blanking on it, but we bought all these donuts, and they wanted to send me home with donuts, and they vacuum sealed them and said, oh, they'll be fine. And I got off the plane, and I handed them to my husband, and he goes, why'd you bring me hockey pucks?
Yeah.
I was like, don't worry, we open them up, they'll be fine. He opens them up, and they don't go like a space bag, they literally just go, that's it. And
That's
so...
amazing.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a life pro tip I never thought I would need. Here was the reaction when I gave famous Fat Orange Cat to his recipient.
Which is amazing. I love the horror on her face of just...
What is this?
What the actual hell have you brought into my home?
Yeah, and so, this was a really great
And
party.
I love that somebody else is trying to capture the moment as well.
Oh, yes.
That's very meta. You're capturing
everybody's
someone
like,
capturing the moment.
It was great. It was a great party, and I wanted to have that party every weekend all summer long at Comic-Cons. And so here we are. Yay.
Bootleg Safari.
Bootleg Safari. And so the great news is you're going first. Do you remember what you brought?
I remember there were several Transformers and some, because my husband's a huge Transformer fan, and there were some pretty terrible Thundercats.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to those.
Okay.
I have something important to say about one of those Thundercats. But, okay, are you ready for your first thing?
Flip. Now,
wow.
Now, let me explain something here.
He's got nipples.
He does have nipples. He also has the He-Man furry panties.
Yeah.
And he looks like, I was going to say he looks like he missed leg day, but only one leg looks like he kind of missed leg day. The rest is, I don't know. But he seems to be very proud of himself because that is a big smile on his face. And that is like old school Eastman with, if you've seen the old school Eastman layered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with that like weird thing.
Yeah, at the front. Yeah.
Nose, beak, whatever you want to call it. So I mean, I give it props for like trying to be OG, but it's a little weird. But he does have a 6-pack, which is nice, and these weird like Conan rippling.
Yeah, I was gonna
breasts.
say it looks like he's got some stretch marks from too many steroids.
Yes,
or something.
yes, but so. I do like, and I like the fact that his panties match his mask.
Oh, you know what? I had not noticed that, and that's
and
that's
his belt matches
detail.
his boots and his gauntlets.
Oh my God, his boots! I just saw them. Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, he's very fashion forward, and if you're going based on the colors of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that would be Michelangelo. And if anybody's going to dress like that, it would be Michelangelo. So.
This is so beautiful. And I want to thank you for bringing this into my life.
You are so welcome. I almost ordered it, I will be honest.
Oh, yeah. The worst part of doing this panel has been the number of things that I've ordered. And when my wife gets packages that she's like, they'll get a phone call and it's like, Aaron, there's like $4 in duties owing on a package from China. What is in this? And I have to say,
I don't know.
It's 100 Baby Yoda heads. And they puke toothpaste. Really terrible. All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
What's that?
Please do not talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's so disgusting.
If there are any
disgusting.
emetophobes in here, we're sorry.
If you want to see that one, you can watch on bootlegsafari.com the version of this panel from Portland earlier this year. He's so gross. You can hear the whole audience going, no, 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 as we play the video.
Begging him.
Yeah. All right, are we ready for the next thing? The next thing's mine.
Go for it.
Pretty sure. Oh yeah, Space Pack. Okay, so I have become totally obsessed with Space Pack. He's so stupid. And I was like, is that supposed to be a Pac-Man?
You know what? Honestly, doesn't he remind you of Dots?
Yeah.
Like the candies, the chewy candies?
Yeah.
He just looks like a big dot with eyes.
He does. But here's the thing. He is a Pac-Man.
No, I thought the blue one, but I thought the blue one was going to be a goat, would be one of the goats.
Yeah, but they're all the same. They're all round, and when they move, they go chomp, 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 chomp. Except their eyes are on the front, and they're googly eyes, so they look all stupid, and he has one antenna.
Those wheels look like Oreo cookies.
Yeah, those wheels do look like Oreo cookies.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
He's so beautiful. I love Space Pack. And I was like, oh my God, he comes in red. And I spent about 2 weeks trying to win an eBay auction.
I thought you were going to say I spent about $200 on Space Pack. And I was about to say your wife and I are going to have a conversation.
Because my limit was $100. I could never win a Space Pack. I've spent more on dumber things.
I know. Let's be honest.
I write a bird cartoon.
Let's be honest.
But Space Pack, I love him. And just look at him. He's so beautiful, and I'm so upset that I learned that he exists.
Well, I want to know, what is the antenna doing?
Right.
Who is he trying to speak to?
The other Space Packs.
Well, is it the other Space Packs, or did he get left? Is this like ET
Oh, is this like
phone home kind of
E.T.
thing?
Is this like trying to make E.T. the backstory for Pac-Man?
Maybe.
Okay, sure.
Look,
We could write this.
I
We
write
could write
comics
this.
for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
living.
yeah.
So.
This is like a licensed comic that we could do.
Oh, we could
This is-
totally
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
this. Absolutely.
Somebody at my panel 2 weeks ago, we were talking about something random, and he told me, you know, you can get the rights to Rocket Robin Hood for $30,000, and I was like, I could crowdfund that, right?
Yeah.
You guys know Rocket Robin Hood, or is that just too Canadian a reference? Do you remember 60s Spider-Man? The same animation house also had another cartoon called Rocket Robin Hood that's about Robin Hood except in space. Their quarterstaffs are little jetpacks, you know, that they like fly around with. I would always make my Lego guys hold onto those sticks, and they were Rocket Robin Hood guys. And I could sing you the whole song right now, but I'm not gonna. No.
Get him drunk.
It was, yes. And it was notoriously cheap. And it was so cheap that there is an episode of Spider-Man, the 60s Spider-Man,
Yes.
that is an episode of Rocket Robin Hood, where they've only replaced the cells of Spider-Man with Robin Hood.
And if you know anything about old animation, your background was one layer, and then
Yep.
your animation cell was another, so it was a lot easier to do that.
Yes, and so it's amazing. Anyways, that's Rocket Robin Hood, and I'm trying not to spend $30,000 on it.
You could crowdfund it pretty
I could-
easily.
I could crowdfund
Talk to Oriana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go. Anyways, I got so obsessed with Space Pack that I started making bootleg merchandise of this bootleg product.
These are available for purchase.
Yeah, you can go to my website. You can go to bootlegsafari.com, and you can get a Space Pack 100% legit T-shirt.
He has a kid in college.
I
you know.
do. I have 2 kids in.
Oh, that's right, 2 kids now in college.
2 kids in college and one that wants to go. So it's gonna be good. All right, so that's Space Pack.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you remember? What your next one is?
Yes.
It's
Franz Tromer's Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon.
Now, if
He's only $2.
he's only $2, so he gets away with it. But I will say this. So my husband is an OG G1 Transformers fan. I am too. About a third of his collection are my old original G1
Nice.
Transformers.
Okay.
So if there's any G1 fans, he does kind of have a wind charger look to him, especially in the back end here. But I don't know what this chest quasi-Batman
Yep.
symbol on the chest. I don't know what Franz Tromers are. I have a feeling that the Franz Tromers is this possibly French? I don't know.
I think it's just somebody trying to get around Transformers. They're like, oh, they won't sue us if we change 2 letters.
But they did do the Dark of the Moon.
Yes.
Which is cool. And I do have to say that
Yeah, their little logo.
I think their logo is it almost looks like RC.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, it almost looks like RC. But it doesn't even have the shape of a Decepticon or the
Right.
shape of an Autobot.
Right. It's neither.
So, and he doesn't have a rub sign.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
He doesn't have a rub sign. So that's pretty depressing. I mean, at least give him a rub sign.
He's terrible. Do you own this?
I do not.
Okay, good.
I do not. Although technically, they say there's these third-party Transformers that come out
Yeah.
and everything. And my husband's like, it's not bootleg, it's third party. I'm like, that's a
the
classy.
same.
I was like, that is a classy way of saying bootleg, but whatever. Okay.
This is
Yes.
terrible. This is I like this one because it says deformation portable robot toys. Also, it looks great and is $18. There's no way that both of those things are true.
Well, you know what? I mean, it has the look of die-cast, and
Yeah.
and if you're into old Transformers or you're into the Takara stuff or Transbots or whatever, having die-cast is a huge deal. So it looks die-cast. My other question is, how tall is it? It looks like it would be that tall if it's die-cast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they don't have any comparisons. But his name is Leader.
Yeah. Leader. That makes sense. For kids 6 and up.
For kids 6 and up. Now, how would you pronounce that?
Asoku?
Asoku?
Asuku?
deformed car robot toys, deformation car model, alloy deformation.
Alloy deformation portable robot.
So I'm wondering.
This sounds like search engine optimization to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I zoomed in on one of the parts.
He has a
of
pretty
this
big codpiece, though.
Yeah.
I will say that.
That part's pretty good.
Yeah.
I zoomed in on this part because I can't get enough of the name deformation robot. It can be used as a children's toy to enrich children's imagination and hands-on ability.
Convert a variety of shapes.
And feel the passion and joy of the movie.
Yeah.
Which, the deformation robots movie, obviously.
The one where Optimus Prime goes, "Let them die." You know, yeah.
I still think my favorite ever Transformers movie review was Scott Weinberg when he said, I forget which Transformers sequel it was, but he compared it to watching a drum kit being kicked down a flight of stairs.
I just remember in 1986, my dad took me to see the cartoon in the movie, and we went to the haunted movie theater, and I just remember being so heartbroken when Optimus Prime died, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not watching this anymore." And mind you, my husband was like, "No, man, it made me want Transformers more." I was like, "No, man, if it's not like pre-movie G1, you're dead to me."
Wow, that's just your line. You were
That
like,
is
I'm
my
not gonna take it.
RC Springer. Well, Ultra Magnus was in before the movie, but Wheelie. Champions.
You have strong feelings about
I
Transformers.
absolutely have strong. We have enough Transformers to pay off my mortgage.
Wow.
Yes. This is a special piece. This one right here. This is
special.
This is not. But okay, so this is kind of like it's trying to be Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime / when you got the original Ironhide toy. Ironhide or Ratchet, and when you transformed it and you said this looks absolutely nothing like the cartoon.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of what this.
Yes.
That's kind of the vibe. But he's got like kind of Hot Rod-ish Rodimus Prime, but he doesn't have like the same like chutzpah as Rodimus Prime has.
I have two observations about this. One, the head looks like he's a chicken.
I think he looks like a deer with a crown.
Oh, it could be. He could be the king of the deer car people.
Possibly.
The other is that I recognize the chassis of this because if you've seen any other bootleg safaris, I talk a lot about this Thomas the Tank Engine that turns into a murderous robot. It's this. It's the whole same bass. I bet it plays the same goddamn disco song as it drives around in circles and deforms itself. It is, so it like, Thomas is like this and then he goes, and then he has two big guns that he's holding out like this. And then his face flashes a bunch and it goes, and then he goes down again. Terrible. Just the worst.
I will say this. So, I mean, my brain went to it's a deer and it's a car, and maybe this is the embodiment god of all the deer that have been hit by cars over the years.
Yes.
So that is a possibility.
It's a deer car.
It is a deer car.
That's kind of weirdly horrible.
Yeah, but every single one of these, I'm like making a comic in my head for it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, so I got to tell you, last weekend when I did this, the movie clips I showed were from a RoboCop knockoff from Bangladesh. And I want to let you know, I want to let everyone know that I offered Erica the chance for that to be our movie for today. She chose Batman.
I chose Batman. Was it Batman from Malaysia?
Yeah, from the Philippines.
Batman from the Philippines.
Okay. And it's very good and you're going to enjoy it later. But
it's got a really surprising third act.
RoboCop. This RoboCop movie has a whole Bride of RoboCop twist in the final act where they decide the only way to beat RoboCop is to make a lady RoboCop, and then they kill his girlfriend
in front of him
and bring her back as a RoboCop, and then she rejects everything that's happened when she wakes up and like kills all the scientists. It was amazing. I want to write Bride of RoboCop so bad right now. Because first of all, that's a great title.
You could probably get the rights of RoboCop for less than $30,000.
Yeah, it's probably true. But I don't want to crowdfund that. I just want to take that to, I don't know, some slightly disreputable comics.
Well, you just have to wait. You know what? You just have to wait for the WGA to be over, and then
we do Bride of RoboCop.
Absolutely. And PTP, go fuck yourself.
Nice. This is a transitional one here because.
Okay, wait a minute. But, okay, let's think. Pixar has Toy Story, but Pixar also has Cars. So it's a cross-promotion.
Oh, that is really good.
There you go. He looks like Mater.
He's terrible.
He looks like Mater.
This is not, though, the worst Toy Story bootleg I've ever seen. I brought the worst Toy Story bootlegs I've ever seen. Would you like to see some of the worst Toy Story bootlegs I've ever seen? This one's not bad. Here's the reason that I brought this one. If we zoom in on the box, baby, are you ready? Let's play together. Also, while we're in nice and close, sweet music, the dazzling light, cartoon modeling.
And in the background, you know, the little alien guy's got the O face, so.
Oh, I don't want to think about that. No.
Okay, so it's more of the
Yeah, I was going to
face.
say, it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but Mr. Potato had lost his eye.
yeah, it's the
dazzling
it's over
light.
Here. It's there. See?
The dazzling light, you know.
He's holding it up. Yeah. This is, again, not the worst one. Are you ready? This is...
$1,600?
No, that's not.
Oh,
that's not
Christmas.
American dollars. Toy Story.
Is that like Tolstoy?
It's like Tolstoy. Toy Story. And why are Woody's hands so big?
Jesse's
big.
eyes are going in two different directions.
A regular hallmark of a bootleg toy. Eyes that don't point in the same direction.
She also has like Wonder Woman cups.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
She's gonna be like,
I would believe it. All right, you ready? Because this is not the worst one I've ever seen.
God.
What the hell is happening here?
He has some Popeye arms. He definitely has some Popeye arms.
So the last one had big hands, but this one has really big hands.
But the other thing is it says Space Boys.
Space Boys 3.
But, I mean, and they only have the smallest picture of Buzz in the corner.
Yeah. It's, I don't, like, is he supposed to hold something? Is there something really big he holds on to?
I don't know.
Like, yeah.
What is this in the corner? Like, it looks like a
Yeah,
child's
like a little
drawing
child's drawing of a
horse, of a cowboy on a horse.
I don't know.
That's
I
bizarre.
do not know what that is. But I very much want one of these. But I'm not going to buy one of these. Not going to buy it. But this,
Yet.
again, not the worst Toy Story bootleg I've seen. Are you ready? Look at this. Now, there's a lot wrong with this.
Look, you know, action figure enthusiasts will say that it has multiple points of articulation.
Yes.
So that in and of
Yes.
itself is good.
That's good.
Yes.
Well, so here's the thing. One of the things I really like about this is the box, because the box puts a picture of Woody on it so you can convince yourself that they're the same, right? You're like, well, he's got a hat. He's got that stripe pattern on his shirt. He's got a little steer head on his belt buckle.
He's got the star.
He's got a red kerchief. He's got the star. They're the same, right? Totally the same, right?
Not the same.
Not the same. Also,
This one has lights.
together to destroy the forces of evil.
So wait a minute, but this is one of those things where they need to say horse not included.
Yeah, exactly, because he's not included.
Fun with lights and sound.
And sound, yeah. I think he walks by himself, but I'm not sure. That would be my suspicion from
That'd be
the shape of
amazing.
his weird body. That is Toy Story 5. Did that come out already? Did I lose track of my Toy Stories? Okay, great. You know what I want to do now is go try to torrent Toy Story 5 and see what I find. Or to get like, I've seen a lot of knockoff Pixar movies while doing this panel. Some of my favorites are Izzy's Way Home, which looks like Finding Dory, but it stars Tori Spelling.
Doing a voice or live action?
No, doing a voice. And also Joey from NSYNC. What else? There was also another one that was a knockoff of Finding Nemo that kept delivering messages about Jesus that was called Finding Jesus. Finding Jesus, yes!
I will-
Finding Jesus fans in the house!
It's actually kind of like Veggie Tales, because like Veggie Tales is all like Jesus
It's
stuff.
much worse than Veggie Tales. Veggie Tales, somebody tried to make a compelling program out of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Not Finding Jesus. Not Finding Jesus. I regretted watching even 10 minutes of that.
Those are 10 minutes you're never going to get back.
Never getting back. Oh, so anyways, by the way, this is not the worst Toy Story bootleg.
Still
ready?
not the worst.
This is the worst Toy Story bootleg
Okay.
I've ever seen.
Okay, so back in the 70s and 80s, they used to have a Ronald McDonald's that would be
Yes.
like molded into a bench, and this is that. Except he's almost doing like the British salute,
Yeah,
like in a
what's
weird.
he doing?
I don't know. Or maybe he's got his hat, like he's tipping his hat up to say like hello.
And it's so uncomfortable. How is he
He's got like an owl head on this.
Yeah.
With like there's
I can't
just,
turn my head that far over my shoulder.
Yeah, if I do, I'm gonna throw something
I was
out.
gonna say I'm in my 40s. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. You know what though? I do have one more. I have one more Toy Story bootleg. Are you ready for it?
Do it.
This one,
Do it.
I felt a little bad making fun of it because
It was earnest.
no, because it took a lot of skill to make it.
Oh shit.
Because this is a cake thing. This is fondant. Are you ready?
All right.
So first of all, the dog is great.
Okay, Slinky is amazing.
Yeah.
Slinky is amazing. I will give you that.
Potato Head is fine.
There's a minion in the back.
Yeah, there's a minion in the back. But what is wrong with Woody's face? Because that's not Woody. That's like Don Knotts, right? That's like
Yeah. Jesse doesn't look bad.
no. Jesse's pretty good.
No,
And I
but
think that's why this Woody stands out so much. Also, like, look at the detailing and the work they've done. His legs are right. His arms are right. Like, they've given him the little vest. That's a lot of work. And then the
Yeah.
face, they were just like, fuck it.
that's like he walks in on Chrissy and Jack.
Yeah, he's just
you
walking
you
on
only
Chrissy
have
Jack.
to you only
Yes.
have to be a certain age to understand.
To understand
Mr.
a Three's
Roper.
Company reference. Yeah.
Mr. Three's Roper. Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Roper.
Now, which one? Who were the ones after? There was the Ropers, and then what were the other ones?
I don't
Because
remember.
Don, there was
The Farleys.
Mr. Furley.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Furley was Don Knotts.
Okay.
And he was in Family Guy as well.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so those are my horrible Toy Story bootlegs. Yay.
I kind of want like this Slinky though.
That Slinky's really good.
The Slinky's really
I would
good.
feel bad eating him.
I wouldn't eat. That's the thing about when it comes to like fondant and stuff. It's like these things are so beautiful, and then
Yeah,
you
why
have
would
to
you eat
eat
them?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd want him as like a Fimo sculpture.
Oh yeah, that would be
That'd
cool.
be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
This actually led me down a rabbit hole where I have saved on my computer dozens of terrible Toy Story cakes, but I couldn't justify killing like half an hour of this show on Toy Story.
I hope you
cakes.
have like a kill switch that when you die, your search history automatically gets erased.
We talk a lot in this panel about my search history, and
Because I know I'm on a watch list because, writing
Oh, yeah.
superhero comics or, you're looking up like guns and how to make bombs and shit like that.
Yep.
So I know that I'm on some type of a watch list. But, I mean, this is like a whole other thing.
I know. I logged in the other day and it suggested that I wanted to look up Beppo the Super Monkey. And I was like, I would say that's unfair, but it's not unfair.
No, it's not. It's pretty on brand for you.
Pretty on brand. It was like, because you searched for Comet the Super Horse. And I was like, all right, are you ready for your last thing?
Yes.
I was really, oh my God.
Okay. For the record. Well, okay, so think of it this way. Think of it this way. If jaundice is your starting point, okay, so if the Simpsons have jaundice and that's your starting point, Krusty in his alcoholic rage would be green.
Yes.
if you think
Yes.
about it. I would say that they did a good job on Marge's hair. I do have to say that Lisa looks more surprised than she usually does. Although Bart's snarky look is pretty good, but I never thought that Mo was part of the family.
Right.
So is
No,
he?
it's Groundskeeper Willie.
Are you?
Groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, you are right. I apologize. It is Groundskeeper Willie. I looked at it at first and I thought it was Mo, but this is Bootleg, so let's be honest. They could be calling him
Could be
Mo.
anyone. Can I say that usually when it comes to Simpsons bootlegs, Lisa is a horror show, and in this one, she's pretty good.
She's pretty good. She's just really surprised.
Yes, she's really surprised.
And she's got like the twiggy eyelashes.
Yep. You know what I really like is I can hear Christmas Time Is Here by Vince Guaraldi playing when I look at Bart. Because he's just walking sadly away from something.
I want to know though, from this image, I kind of want to know if Homer and Marge are one piece
Yes.
because he's got his hand on her shoulder. And I want to know why Maggie is nude in a bucket.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I also want to know why Krusty's feet are only, like, are those his pants that are covering his heels? Or is that just his whole thing? And he looks like he's got a little something in the codpiece area.
Yeah. This is, I wouldn't buy this.
No, I mean, it is definitely a suspect on many levels.
I do appreciate it.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of these kinds of toys they look worse because they are like a second or third generation knockoff. Like somebody bought a real toy and then cast it.
Yeah.
And then painted it crappily, and that's why Bart's eyes aren't pointing in the same direction. But yeah, this is.
I will say
Nah.
this: if this, and I use this term lightly, artist, I would love to see this artist's rendition of Sideshow Bob.
I would
'Cause that
I would
would
pay
be-
money. I would pay money.
That would be funny.
All right, are we ready for your next thing in this set?
Yeah.
Because you brought more than one bag of things.
Yes, I did.
Oh, shit.
All right. So first of all, this has the actual Thundercats logo.
Yes.
That's the first thing. But I really want to know why Mum Ra, when he's, before he goes, Hulk, I want to know why he looks so happy.
So the great news is we have close-ups of all of these guys. You ready for them?
Yes.
Who's first? It is this dude.
So let's be honest, Lion-O always likes showing his abs. He is very orange. He's like Garfield orange here.
Yes.
He's like a little too much. And the logo on his belt is a little less Thundercats, and I don't even know what the actual hell that is.
Silhouette of Grover.
Yeah, pretty much. But he does have the Sword of Omens, even though it's really not all that silver. But anyway,
Does he usually have like those two clown lines under his eyes?
no, he does not. And he does not have a unibrow.
Yeah.
Although one eyebrow is almost like an eye patch, like on top of his. Yeah, he's really like pushing that pretty heavily.
It's he's glorious.
Yeah,
Are you ready
he
for
is.
the next one?
Yeah, let's do this. Oh,
All
I
right,
want to
lady.
know why her eyelids are blue.
Yeah. I want to know what happened to her arms. Why are her arms so big?
I think it's more shoulders. Well, she really doesn't even have biceps. She's just all shoulders.
All shoulder.
And
What muscle is that? Can you work that muscle? Is that a muscle
I
you
have
can
no.
make big?
I don't even know, but I do
They
have to
skip
say.
bicep day. Like,
I
how
do
you-
have to say that I don't think that staff is coming out of her hand.
No.
No. And why are her hands clear?
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, that's a very strange thing. But I want to know what is with her lower eyelids. Like she looks
Yeah.
like a bad Aardman doll.
I was thinking of this like makeup style, and I think I've seen it here at the show.
Well, but that's a cosplay
That's
choice.
different, exactly.
Yeah, that's different.
That's
I
a
want to see
choice.
somebody
This is-
cosplay as these bootleg.
Oh, as garbage? Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Oh,
That'd be
cosplay as
amazing.
garbage Batman? I'm into it.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good.
That would
I'd
be
have to
very
put a
cool.
light right here on my chest. So you press the button on my back and I light up.
That would be amazing. Okay, so
Okay.
for the record, it's the lighting, but it kind of looks like he has like lightning flares coming out of his head.
Yeah.
That loincloth is not really covering the loins. So that's kind of an NSFW, but I mean, his teeth are really, I mean, I just hit the dentist before I came to the show, but yeah, he definitely has some cavities going on there. And I also don't know if he's kind of wearing a headdress or if that's just part of his actual head.
Yeah, I don't know.
And those feet don't look like,
No.
He's
I think
got like a
got-
clubbed foot.
I think his feet are on the wrong feet.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think they are. Could you imagine trying to if you had this in your display and you're trying to make
stand
it
it up.
stand and it's just like,
He'd put in a big lump of plasticine to keep it up.
oh God, yeah.
All right, there's something I noticed about this one right away. You want to talk about it? You know what I want to talk about?
Well, I mean, his skirt is a little short, let's be honest.
If I could do Nadja's voice from What We Do in the Shadows,
Oh my God.
I would be saying in her voice, "Has he got a penis?" Because kind of looks like there's something hanging out there.
And this is another issue with the feet because what the actual hell is with one foot being like twice the size as the other? And also, is the E supposed to be for like Eagle Man?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know. Am I too serious for this?
I think you might be because
I might be.
Are his knee pads facing in?
I don't think those are knee pads. I thought they
Oh.
were like cankle protectors.
They're like calf protectors.
I
They're
mean,
like-
it's really. I mean, maybe he was playing football, soccer. I don't
trying
know.
to picture him walking like this.
I mean, and he's got almost like duck feet. Like his feet are out. Oh God.
Is one of his eyes higher than the other? Oh,
Yeah.
he's horrible.
He's.
Why'd you bring this?
And I want to know, like, are those his feathers that are on his shoulder, or did he like kill someone and take theirs?
Right?
Because he's got a lot of like Caucasian flesh thing going on.
Yeah,
here.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
This is horrible.
it is. Okay, so I know that
want to buy a watch?
So I know that Mum Ra is like shorter before he like boosts up, but this is like Yoda sized. He doesn't go from like Yoda to like 7 feet tall. He goes from like 5'5" to like 7 feet tall. So this is kind of weird, but yeah, it does kind of have this like flasher kind of look to it.
Some real New York public park at night.
Yeah, it's 1999 and I missed my bus at the Port Authority
Yeah.
and, I have to call my brother from a payphone while a strange man asks me if I want to be part of his stable. Yeah. It really has that vibe. New York in the 90s.
That was a
is
really
lovely.
specific story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and your brother rolls up in a really cheap Saturn. But if you ever meet my brother's 6'8" and like 350 pounds. He's
Useful.
enormous. So when he gets out of a car, like the car actually shifts, and he scared the pimp away.
Amazing.
So yeah, I probably would have made more than at the cheap ad agency I worked for, but whatever.
Yeah,
It was the 90s.
That's rough, right? That's like,
Yeah.
I could do something not entirely legal and make a lot more money.
Who
Oh, well.
knows?
We chose weird art.
Yeah, we did. This is definitely some weird art.
Yeah.
This reminds me of this guy in college who came to this one party.
Wait, this reminds you of a guy in
Yes,
college.
I will tell you
Okay.
what. So he would walk around, and this is the scary part. It was the 90s, so when you walked around in a long black trench coat, people thought you were going to shoot up a
Of course,
school.
yep.
Because this is America. I know you don't have that problem
No,
in
but we
Canada.
know, yeah.
And he had, instead of like watches or stuff in this long black coat, he had made all of these pockets, and he put small bottles of liquor, but they were all like pop off, which is like plastic, like a vodka in like a plastic bottle. It's basically gasoline. But he would.
Amazing.
So you would what he would do is he would fill it with different flavors. So he would come up to you and he'd go, "You want some Dr. Pepper?" Dr. Peppermint Schnapps. And he would open up his coat and he would have peach tree and pepper, but he would have it in a pop-off bottle that he would Sharpie out the label and then write it in. So whenever you bought shot off of him, you had no idea what you were actually buying off of because he's doing this drunk. His name was Scott, his nickname was Nuno, and I don't know where he is now. He could be
Scott,
in
if you're out there. If you're
out there, Scott, I remember this from, freshman year, you being a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That reminds me. I will never forget. Anytime somebody says, "Do you want Dr. Pepper?" all I could think of is Dr. Peppermint Schnapps.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
a formative moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is really like we're diving into some real deep stuff.
I know, this is like therapy. It's great.
Yeah, it's like I did not expect that to happen today.
Sorry.
Usually we just talk about bullshit. So like, all right, I think is that the last one?
I don't know. No, there's Panthro yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. Panthro just has no pectoral muscles. He's just abs.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a 12-pack and nothing else. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an 11-pack. It's an actual 11-pack.
Okay. The other thing is that he's got the straps, but he's got no he needs the rest of his Borat bathing suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got nothing down there.
He's got nothing down there.
No pants on.
And I have no idea if in his one hand is the heart of someone, and in the other is a phaser from Star Trek. I don't know what is going on here. But again, the eyes are, going crazy, and he's got a very strange point on the top of his head. I don't know what that is about.
That's a mold mark. That's what that is. That's where they poured the plastic into that mold.
Yeah, but his ears weren't that big.
Yeah.
And Panthro was like the only cool dude on the Thundercats.
Not anymore.
No. And he's the other one. He's got basically like the leg warmers.
Oh yeah, leg warmers on him too.
Yeah, it's like Xan. He's gonna put roller skates on him.
This is weird.
No, well, he has shoes on one, and then he's got like a toenail on the other. He's got like one toenail.
Poor Panthro. I feel bad for this
sorry.
toy. It's all right. These are beautiful, and I really appreciate you bringing these into my life.
I am so happy to bring this into your life.
I did not.
And all of you all feel enriched by this now.
So here's the thing. I looked at this slide deck a whole bunch of times while I was assembling it. Never once did I notice that he doesn't have pants.
That he's like straight Donald Duck in it.
Yeah, he's straight Donald Duck in it. Oh, so gross.
Yeah.
Well, it is at the time of the show where we do our very final thing. And our final thing is pretty great.
Yeah, it is.
Are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
I often, when I watch a really bad movie, not bad, when I watch a bootleg, like a movie that does not have the rights to whatever it's doing, often they're terrible.
This is great, though.
I did a recent episode where we talked about the Good Times home video Little Mermaid that was made in a hurry to get onto VHS 2 weeks before the Disney Little Mermaid. Yeah. That was dire. Garbage. Don't watch. This film
is art. This film is art.
Enjoyed myself the whole time. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
This is a film called Alias, Batman and Robin. It was made in the 1990s in the Philippines. I would like to point out the Joker's commitment to the Cesar Romero style, I got a mustache, I'm not going to shave it off.
Although he didn't do the white on it.
He didn't do the white paint over it.
Yes.
But you know what? So this film is kind of weird because for the first half hour, it's a straight up 90210 style high school drama. In which a bunch of characters who will come back later have regular high school things. There's Kevin, the guy who's the star of the swim team, who all the girls are chasing after. There's literally like a Hard Day's Night style scene where they all chase him out of the pool after the swim meet. And there's the dude who becomes the Joker is hitting on these women, and they're like, they all only have eyes for Kevin. And then the Joker guy's uncle gets out of prison.
He's the Penguin, right?
Yes. Yeah, Uncle Penguin, they call him. And he announces that to do better this time, to be better at crime, they're going to emulate their heroes. And one of the running like conversations throughout the first 30 minutes of the film is how much they all love comic books and they fight over who's cooler, Batman or the Joker, or particularly Robin or the Joker, which is a very weird conversation.
Considering the whole Jason Todd thing,
Yeah, exactly.
I would think so.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, the Penguin and Joker go start robbing banks, and then
But in a good way.
right? No, in a bad way. Well, I mean, in a great way.
Yeah.
We'll see it. But then the two guys, these two brothers, decide the only way that they could defeat the Joker and the Penguin is to become Batman and Robin, and they have a very short training montage, and suddenly they're Batman and Robin. And yeah, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
It's not actually Batman and Robin.
It's alias Batman and Robin. That's what it's called.
Look, it's
not
in the
actually Batman
title.
and Robin. It's right there
Don't
in the
blame
title.
us if you don't pay
I
attention.
did not expect it. So, are you ready to see some clips from this film? Okay. So now here's the thing. I don't think we have audio connected, so I'm just going to take this microphone. And I'm going to put it right here so you can hear it. You ready for this?
Go.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
This is
who?
This is a holdup. Uy, Darna, pinadadapa kita, hindi kita pinalilipad. Nakadapa na
I'm
nga
already
ako eh.
down.
Buntis.
Pregnant?
Buntis ka?
Pregnant?
Eh,
Really?
sino ba kayo?
Who are you?
Call me Mr. Joker.
Kami ay magnanakaw. Kami mga utak. Huwag kayong magsusumbong sa mga pulis at kayo ay bongbong. Kami ay mga bad boy. Ito naman ay baboy. Kami ay magkapartner.
It's very progressive, okay?
So I gotta say, we are lovers of crime. I need to commission someone at this show to draw me a Penguin and Joker embracing with "We
Ask
are
Eric.
lovers."
Eric will do it. ...
of crime.
Eric will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
We're gonna make this happen. Yes.
Has the movie been a musical up until this
No. That was the first time. That was the moment where I said, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And I'm gonna tell you something about these songs. They're not original songs. They are 1960s surf rock songs with new lyrics. It's something else. Okay, I would like to show you the best fight sequence in the entire film. Are you ready for this?
Does anybody, if anybody speaks Tagalog, I'm sorry that you were, destroying your heritage here.
Yeah, sorry. This sequence has a truly spectacular surrealist gag that I think is so funny in the midst of all this other stuff. Are you ready for it?
Don't oversell it.
No, I can't oversell it because it's such a good joke. I can't oversell it. Here it comes. Oh yeah, check out this Batman video. I've seen more athletic Batmans. Okay, so if you didn't follow what happened there, he pushes the criminal up against the telephone pole, and he hits him against the telephone pole, and then the traditional cheesy gag of you hit him against the tree and a coconut falls out of the tree and hits the guy on the head, but then he checks and he's like, oh yeah, that's a telephone pole. Where did the coconut come from? I love that joke so much. That's amazing.
Do you know what I heard through all of that? My brain going, parkour! Parkour!
Yes. You'll notice that Kevin, the swim star,
Yes.
as Robin, is the much more athletic of the two superheroes.
He did a full tuck.
He did.
Yeah.
Now, it was so hard for me to select what clips to use for this because it's all so good.
Yeah.
It's all so good. But I'm going to show you now the Batcave. This is a reporter who wanted to interview Batman. I would drive this Batmobile.
He opened the door for her. I mean, come on, total gentleman.
But he reached across. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
I think his cape got stuck.
It did.
Ito nga pala ang Batcave.
Ito ba? Hindi ba disco to?
Puro ka naman biro eh. Have a seat.
Romantic.
May I offer you anything?
Okay lang.
Meron kami ditong juice. Meron din kaming bat coffee. Bat milk.
You don't want to know where that came from.
Bat tea. O kaya'y salabat.
Magbabati na lang ako. Ang sarap pala magbati.
Masarap talaga yan.
So there is an extended romantic subplot with Batman and this reporter who wants to get the story about him and where he came from and all this stuff. And they fall in love, but she won't be with him if she doesn't know his secret identity. And he's like, not telling, right? So,
I love the bat phone was literally just a phone on the wall with a Batman symbol painted over it.
oh yeah.
That was great.
This film is great. Like, I can't say enough good stuff about this film.
This is easily something that like a film arts student would have watched in the 90s.
Yes, I agree.
I bet you my husband actually had to watch this film for class.
All right, here's something really great. This is the bad guys have decided that they're going to get Batman and Robin by dressing up as Batman and Robin to
Isn't
commit
this
crimes.
literally what the Green Hornet was?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, so here are the bad guys dressed as Batman and Robin.
Ay, gago. Open yun ah. Oo nga.
Sabi ko na nga ba magnanakaw din dalawang yun eh. Ayun, maangati na rin kami sa inyo.
Nagkakamali kayo.
Hindi kami nagkakamali.
Oh, it's decent tuck and roll.
Yeah.
We've seen too much of Robin's tank, though.
Yeah. Ew.
Ito,
Kayo pala ang peking Batman and Robin, ha? Sino kayo?
Galing niyo yung mga maskara niyo.
Dali!
Oh my God, it's my no-no.
Joker?
Penguin?
Oo.
Dati naman pala kayo dalawa eh. Mga peke naman pala kayo eh. Ito na ang mga mag-peke pa.
Eh, peki ka nang ina ka eh. Sinabi na sa'yo, peki kami. Respeki mo pa kami ng respeki.
Ang kulit mo eh. Sinabi ng peke, suntok ka ng suntok.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to explain because that is one of the best things I've ever seen. We're going to get to that. So here's the thing. Batman and Robin save the Penguin and the Joker, and then they forgive them because...
That's what heroes do.
No, because that's what Jesus would do. I am not lying. This film is resolved through the love of Christ. And just to make it even better, the final sequence of the film, there are two final sequences. There's
the one with the volcano.
That's Bride of RoboCop. Has the
Oh,
volcano.
my bad.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
Great, worth seeing. Joker and Penguin come to see Batman and Robin in the Batcave with a present for them. And the present is their costumes. And they said, because you've forgiven us and because we've reformed our ways, we no longer need these. So as a token, here, these are for you. And it's very beautiful. And then they all sing a song together, and I'm going to play you that song. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about the scene where Batman finally reveals his identity to
the reporter.
He goes to her house. He's agonizing over it. He says, I've got something really important to tell you. And she says, okay, I'll be out in just a second. I have something to tell you, too. And when she comes out the door, she's dressed as Wonder Woman. She has not been in the film up to that point. She's just like, oh, I also have Wonder
It
Woman.
could be a kink thing. Don't kink shame.
It's so good. Like, it's so good. I laughed so hard. All right, so we are now to the final musical number of this film,
Yes.
where the big crane shot comes in, and
This is where they blew their entire budget.
this is, you're gonna, I can't, and let's just go.
Pwede ba kayong magbago at hindi pa nahuhuli ang lahat?
Let the sense compare what the world needs now is not your rap. Let's be good na brat. Let us not be bad. Let's be good na parts. Let's be afraid.
Let's be afraid of God. And I thought that was it. I thought that was going to be the last
No.
crazy thing that happened in this film. But no!
Let's believe in love.
Superman's in there.
Yep, and then the credits roll. That is Alias Batman and Robin.
You know, DC has a character called the Spider. They could have used him instead
they
of
could have
using
used him
actual
instead of Spider-Man. But there was something different about that Spider-Man.
You know, he was smaller than usual, but
Smaller
doesn't
than
mean
usual.
doesn't mean anything. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, spiders grow.
Spider strength, sure. Who are these two guys? Don't know.
One of them looks like he's an Imperial officer
Yeah.
on the Death Star, and the other one.
It's Laundry Day.
Yeah, probably. At least his loincloth is covering everything.
Aquaman, thank you.
At least his loincloth is covering.
Yeah,
everything. No, his pants are ripped. He might be Hulk.
Oh, he might be. Oh, he's the Hulk. You're right. Oh, they're purple pants and they're ripped.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
glad I brought a professional onto this panel with me today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. What is your question? I had to go through a lot to track this down. But if you go on the internet and you search for alias Batman and Robin, ALYAS, Batman Nen Robin, you're going to find it. And you should, because it's really good. Bride of Robocop is a film called Shaktir Lorai, SHOKTIR LORAI. The great news is if you go to bootlegsafari.com, you can watch me spell it out on stage, and I even write it on the thing. So anyways, that episode is going to post in like another week, so you'll be able to see that. That's it for Bootleg Safari. Thanks. Erica, tell people where they can find you.
At this entire weekend at the convention, I'm at 3:15. You are at 3:13. 17.
We're neighbors.
We're neighbors. We're right next to each other. And I'm on the World Wide Web. And Erica Schultz Writes and Erica Schultz 42 on all the other
Blue Sky.
all the platforms.
All the weird platforms.
All the platforms.
I have beautiful new calendars available at the best URL I have ever registered, which is Eat Fart with a dot between the F and the art. I'm good at URLs.
You are.
I own tubesteak.biz, and it's a mail server. Also, if you go to bootlegsafari.com, you can see all the previous Bootleg Safari panels that I've done so far. They're also on YouTube, but at bootlegsafari.com there are no ads, and nobody's tracking you because it's just a web page that I made.
And you can also pick up those T-shirts.
Oh yeah, you can also pick up all my weird garbage merchandise there. What's that? Space Pack. Oh my God, yes, Space Pack, 100% legit. Also, I made a T-shirt that says Defamation Robot just for Erica. You can get that there too. So, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.